diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Here's the return from inside his 10. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. So the Clemson Tigers offense will get the first swing of the game. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Under fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Coming into the game, the defense talked about, man, they really wanted to get to this quarterback. Well, it didn't take long. 2 plays in, they get to him, and they get the sack.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Bringing the heat. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So the TCU Horned Frogs offense has the ball for the first time. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the big fella. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31. Pulls it in. It's Boyd. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about...
The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Here's the handoff. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field, making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
He's got him. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the Horned Frogs will hustle to the line. Looking downfield, it's Fox. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Horned Frogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, running back on the move. Turning it on! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Now the offense trying to operate in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And the Horned Frogs, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. From inside the 15, here's the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Use the play fake, down a throw. And the Heat gets there, and they get him 14-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Grabbed in the middle. It's Welch. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Nestles it in at the 35. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
The running back has it. Gets it past the marker. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Gets it out quickly. Breaks into the open. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
All right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
From the gun, the ground game. They get him down, tough run, picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run it from the gun. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on it if they can stop him on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1.
Well, you got to give this offense a lot of credit because they've been really physical. They've been doing a nice job running the football on this drive, getting themselves into this position, 3rd down in the red zone. They've got a 4-point lead. Obviously, a huge 3rd down here, but even if they don't get it, they can kick the field goal, make this a 7-point game. Obviously, they're thinking touchdown, try to make this a 2-possession game.
The Horned Frogs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Trying to bully their way in. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, TCU!
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Snags it over the middle. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. So now it's 2nd and long. Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the tight end.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UMass is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sam the Minuteman isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Arkansas State. Obviously, big implications here in the Sun Belt, and as this one plays out, we'll keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a 1st down like they did right there.
Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Looking for a man. It's Fox. Finds a spot in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Wants to go up top on 1st down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man down the middle. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. And the Horned Frogs moving quickly to the line. Give to the back. There he goes. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's one-on-one, but not two-on-one. You got to see that, got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
Finds his man. It's Hurley. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Pocket breaking down. At the 40, there he goes. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in Death Valley, and welcome into the halftime report. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to our guys high above Howard's Rock.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Oh, he's got some space. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Horned Frogs racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
They'll give it to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And the Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Makes the catch. It's Welsh. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. 2nd down coming up. The short hands, it's Boyd. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
Caught close to the marker, it's Welch. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Just keep swinging it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. A strike downfield. Turning it on. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. Oh, what a cut! And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give on the inside. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The Horned Frogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I got to be honest, I thought this tight end was going to have a much bigger role in this game. They wanted to get him the football early and often, but after that drop here in the second half, he still doesn't have a catch.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Snagged out of the air. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Horned Frogs are on the move. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Wants to throw. It's Fox. It's complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Horned Frogs want to crank the tempo. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Got it in the middle. It's Vaughn. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Leaves it with the back. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And the Horned Frogs trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to him. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, TCU! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Bolden finds his man on the left. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Finds his man. It's Boyd. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Welsh. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're dealing with a second and long. Lost to throw again. Snagged in the middle, it's Hurley. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And the Tigers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking downfield on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice. Breaks into the open. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They're going to ride this running back.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a first down. The Horned Frogs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The give to the tailback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. The offense coughs it up. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The Horned Frogs are in the hurry-up, trying to pound it in. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. Scores on the sneak. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Caught over the middle. It's Boyd. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Welch.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Makes the grab. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? From the red zone, looking for a man. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Wants to throw again. Fires into the end zone. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Handoff from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Now on second down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on MK if they can stop him on third down. This has been a really impressive performance behind this running game against a team trying to prove they ought to be ranked ahead of you in the top 10, and you're able to hold them off, guys.
Well, I love it too, David, because we've seen them run the ball against weaker competition, but here in a top 10 matchup against a physical defense, they've been the more dominant team. They've done it on the ground.
And it's just nice to always stiff-arm little brother and be like, hey, there's a reason you're ranked below us, right? Like, sit back down, like we're here for a reason. Just a big statement in the middle of the season and showing how physically dominant this team can be.